10
So
acres, that's quite a lot. I wish
yeah,
we had that.
what the heck?
We
This
had
is
10
creepy,
acres.
dude.
I mean,
I'm in bed right now, and I ended up clicking left on the sorry, I ended up clicking on my right stick, and it put me in like a third person view, and I'm just turning my controller to I'm turning that stick to the left, and my guy's head is literally going around in circles. This is creepy to see. Just I'm getting this also. I'm also capturing this too. So I mean,
well, I
this is kind
mean,
of
and
interesting.
then not only that, but you guys also have to buy a mask. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
well,
I say
my
spend $50 minimum.
sisters had a paintball mask, so I was using that, because paintball masks work as well.
Oh yeah, no, they
They
work.
protect your face and stuff. But like anymore, what I do is I don't even care because I found out my glasses are actually strong enough to
If you see my
deflect.
face though, right? But if
I
you went
know,
to
I
a
know.
airsoft field, like an
They would ask me
actual,
to get
they would.
something. Yeah, they'd ask me to
No,
get something
it's
else.
not that your glasses probably break because it's a higher FPS.
Yeah. Yeah, but anyway, I mean,
Uh,
it was one of those things where it's just like, here,
yeah, no.
in town and stuff, like, we were able to do it. No one called the cops or anything. I mean, there was this one neighbor who told me to get out of a neighbor's yard, and I said, I actually have permission from the owner to airsoft in their yard. And they said, well, get out of my yard. And I'm like, I'm not even in your yard. I'm respecting your wishes by not even going in your yard. And yet they were still just complaining and complaining and complaining that I was even, airsofting within the neighborhood. And they were just, they were one of those neighbors where it's just, you're glad they live how many houses down they actually live from you.
Was it that big house that I saw?
Um, which one? There's a
Well,
few big
remember I
houses.
looked on Google Map and it was like the house that was dead smack in the middle.
Are you talking about the one that's, like the yellow one at the end of the block?
Well then,
Is that the one you're talking about? Oh, you were blown up by a creeper. Just go to bed, dude. Go to bed!
I need to get my stuff. I need to get my
Dude!
stuff.
You don't need
No,
to get
no,
it right
where?
now. It's not gonna, it's gonna, all
I
you're doing
believe I
right
have
now
my
is gonna
horse
get killed
number.
by something else, dude.
No, I
It's not gonna
probably
take you
won't.
5 minutes to get down there. Yeah, dude, if it was seriously right there, you could have just gone to bed and been like, okay, no problem. It wouldn't have taken you 5 minutes to go to bed and then do all this, and there wouldn't have been the option of a freaking. Looks like you blew up here. Yeah, see, this is why I don't like, dude, it's hardcore.
Hardcore. Ewoks aren't favored.
This is on hard, and Ewoks are freaking hard as heck to deal with.
Alright, up and.
Okay, go to bed. You've got an arrow in the back of your head.
You got an arrow in your head too.
I've got 2 arrows in my head. Thank you very much.
Oh no, you also have an arrow on your nipple.
What? No, I don't. No, I
You
don't.
did, I guess, despawn.
It's in my eye.
Oh yeah, no, there's an arrow that went from the back of your head onto your eye. Huh.
Oh wow, yeah. Ow. That's painful. I'm gonna need surgery for that.
Oh, come.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going in the back of my head to the right.
Well, I mean,
Take
most
it out.
people, though,
Take it
they're
out.
going to
It's
have to,
wiggling. It's wiggling. Oh, there we go.
in Washington, it's legal. Over here in Cali or other states, it's
No, we're not allowed.
So
No. I found out that it's actually against the law over here. Like,
city
cops could give us
limits?
within
yeah,
city
yeah.
limits. We could actually gotten into big trouble if the cops would have
That's
been
why.
called. We
And
would have
so then,
been warned, but I mean, still the fact is that we
you said your friend had a
didn't.
10 acre though. 10 acres in
Well,
like
yeah, but that's outside city limits.
Okay, yeah, never mind. Then that's okay.
That's the difference between that. That's why I was talking about
So,
in city limits because he lives out because that friend lives out in the country.
All right. So when most people though go airsofting,
He lives about a 45-minute drive from the city.
That's a decent amount. So but when most people go airsofting, and they're gonna have to go because most of them are in city limits and don't know people that are outside. What you want to do is you want to get your gun nearest to the FPS limit because there's a lot of cheaters. So you kind of, no, I don't want to say there's a lot of cheaters, but you don't want people to cheat, or you don't want them to like not feel your BB. So you want
Yeah.
you want it to be as close as to the FPS limit. And a $20 gun, they won't get you to they
Yeah. And
won't
by
get
the way,
you close.
autosave.
They won't get you close at all. So that's why I would say $50 to $150 is a good spending range for your first gun.
Yeah.
And make sure you don't buy like a really weird brand that's you've never heard of. Like, buy a brand that's kind of familiar with a lot of people, and so that way,
Yeah,
you're
that's
if you
pretty
want to
much what you want to
continue.
go with, is something
Oh
that
yeah, no.
you've heard of it, other people have heard of it, so therefore you know it's going to be a good brand. If you don't do it
Right.
that way,
Like,
then you're just kind of shooting yourself in the foot, and you're not going to be that good.
for example, there was this gun that I saw. It's an M4, and it's $150. It's plastic, yeah, but it's not completely plastic. It's made out
Well,
of
here's the thing, though. Like, if
high
you're just
density
getting, well,
polymer.
here's the problem though that I just thought of. For like people who are just starting off in airsoft, they don't know the guns. They don't know any of that kind of stuff. So
Right.
what I suggest is going on to, because I don't know guns all that well either, for airsoft, because I'm not big into it yet. But like what I suggest to people who are wanting to get into airsoft, but they haven't, they don't even have one gun, so, or they haven't really heard of anything. I suggest look into airsofting big time. Like, just start like searching up airsoft. What is go to Google or whatever your search engine is that you prefer, and go in and type in airsoft guns, and just kind of look at all the stats and everything that you can find. So that's what I suggest. You were saying? Sorry. Philip?
Yeah, I'm sorry, my uncle is here. Well, I'm okay. So I'm saying, I mean, a lot of you guys don't know too much about the airsoft area franchise, but that's why I would suggest an M4 is a great starter gun, because they range from anywhere from like I've seen them go for $100 to $150, and there's a really good brand, well known, $150. It's high polymer, but because you guys are beginners, you guys really shouldn't mind what the material is. Like I said, you guys are barely getting into airsoft, and it has a perfect range FPS limit. It's at 350, and some places will only allow you for 350. Some places will go 400. So that's why 350 is a good FPS limit. It's a good starter gun too. Very well-known brand. Doesn't break easily, and it's battery powered as well. So
I like how we're playing Minecraft, and yet we're talking about airsofting.
We've been doing it for like the past.
Well, no, like we've been talking, because we started. Like, I looked at my timer of like how long we've been recording for, and we started talking at 34 minutes in towards recording of this recording session, and I'm now looking at the clock again, and this recording session has been going for 45 minutes now, so it's almost time to end the video.
Oh jeez, we haven't even said anything funny.
I know, that's kind of the sad thing. We haven't really done anything except for me yelling at you to go to bed.
You know what? No, there was something that we had planned for such an emergency that we said we would talk about.
What was that? I forget.
Really hilarious.
What was it?
Hilarious.
I forget what it was. What was it?
I think it may be the villager idea we did.
You'd have to have a villager skin in order to have that work a little bit better. That's not really funny, though. I mean, that's kind of lost its luster the more we do it and stuff. It's not really funny anymore, so,
One story that I told you. Really hilarious. Really, really hilarious.
If it was really, really hilarious, I probably would know it, but being that I'll remember it when you start telling me.
It was a while ago, though. It was very long.
Yeah. Hey, look, I'm getting seeds.
Oh, You know, I did forget to tell you. I remember when I got into airsofting, it was actually paintball that got me introduced into airsofting. I didn't, you know, I kind of liked paintballing, but when I saw all those airsofters wearing like extremely realistic gear, and we
I know. See,
walked
here's
into one of their
the thing is
interesting.
like there's a lot of people who like I've been hearing a lot of like chatter that at least over here in the state of Washington, a lot of airsofters, or actually sorry, a lot of paintballers prefer going airsofting because one, they don't hit as hard, and plus it's a lot more fun, and you don't get weighed down by all the paintballs that you're carrying.
Oh yeah,
So
no, but that's not what my story was going into. I
I
was
know that's what I'm just
playing
saying though.
paintball, and it was like I think it was like my second time playing paintball, because I've only played that paintball like about 4 or 5 times. Anyways, there's this one kid I absolutely hated because, you know, when I would go paintballing, I would go with like, I would go with my martial arts group, and there was this one kid. He's like 2 grades underneath me, but he always wanted to challenge like he always wanted to challenge me. And I was like, you know, okay, why not? And boy, was he the dirtiest cheater ever. Like, I'll give you an example. Okay, we were doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Gracie Berry Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. That's what the MMA place, martial arts, taught us. You know, that's what we were learning. And I took him down. I pretty much got a takedown on him. For those of you guys that don't know what that is, basically I pretty much brought him to the ground while I was still up, you know, standing on both feet. And he started crying. And when that happens, you're supposed to stop because, you know, it's just for injury purposes. Because everyone thought that he was injured. Because he's bawling like a baby, crying and crying like, are you okay, bro? And then he just like gets like out of nowhere and then like shoots on my legs, brings me down to the floor and is like, I win. I'm like, you know, everyone looked at him and we were just like, yeah, that's not cool. You don't shoot like that.
Yeah, I hope that the person who was in charge of that took him aside and told him.
When we went paintball, he definitely got what he deserved. We were running. He was on my team, so I wasn't so happy about that.
Yeah.
But we were running, and he got shot in the no-nose.
Oh, that would
with
be
the
painful.
paintball. With the paintball.
Dude, that would have hurt. Holy cow, that would hurt.
Close range, not even like from a far distance. It was pretty close still. You know, that thing, he was on the ground.
Oh, but
so,
by
like,
the way,
also,
you were talking about how $20 guns aren't all that good. Actually, I have a counter argument to that because one year for Christmas, my parents actually got me a shotgun that also came with a pistol for about $20.
Shotguns
And
are different, though.
that
Shotguns
shotgun,
are much different.
well, yeah, true, but like it was a pump action shotgun, airsoft gun, and it. I was about let's see.
Do you remember the FPS?
I don't remember that. I don't remember the FPS on it. But I mean,
And then,
my dad was like
shotguns are for more. Shotguns, like for airsofting, in the realm of airsofting, shotguns are more of like considered for people who have been airsofting for about like at least a minimum of 10 games, and they like close quarters combat more than anything else because, I mean, a shotgun, most good ones are actually pump action. There's Tokyo Marui, which a lot of people have heard of, and
I haven't.
the nice thing is that it's a Japanese brand, so I can go out and say that video and it won't be copyright tagged.
Well, see, here's the thing though. Like, you can like, just because you talk about it, it doesn't mean it's gonna get copyrighted. And besides, most likely what I'll do for this video is get something that I have saved up for copyright infringement thing. It's actually the Copyright Infringement Act. I forget what year, but I have that kind of hidden up my sleeve. So if someone were to hit me with a copyright claim, I can always just throw that up and be like, it's not copyright if it's if you're doing commentary. or you're doing it for information purposes. Um,
Anyways, going back on the Tokyo Marui guns, they're pump, but they're also gas, so they're a little bit of a combination. But they're still really good, extremely expensive. Though. Don't if you want to try close quarters combats and you get a shotgun, don't get like a Tokyo Marui as a starting shotgun, because for shotguns it's different. I probably should have mentioned that. If you're going close quarters, and when I say close quarters, I mean the place has a FPS limit of 350, and it's an indoor airsofting arena, because those places are extremely close quarters. That's when
yeah,
it's acceptable to spend $20 on a shotgun. But I
yeah,
mean, for any other gun, just don't do it.
yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, but what I was saying, the kid got hit in the no-nose by the paintball, and that's why I wear a cup just in case that ever happens to me. That's
Okay.
the last thing that I want to happen.
Well, we're gonna have to go for another 13 minutes because we've already gone past the hour mark. So just so I can get 5
Um,
videos out of this, we'll just go for another 13 minutes.
so, all right, well, let's change the subject, because this is all we've been talking about.
I know all we've been talking about is airsoft for like however long it's been. So for like over a half hour now, we've been talking just about airsoft, and we're playing Minecraft. You wouldn't think these two things would be able to coexist in one video.
Yeah, no, you really wouldn't, because
Yeah.
it's Minecraft. All right, so let's go on to a different subject.